Hi everyone, Nuju Metru here, bringing you BZPower's review of LEGO Star Wars Set 75530, Chewbacca, the construction figure. This is one of the 4 construction figures released in anticipation of The Last Jedi movie. But of course, Chewbacca is a character we've seen since the very first Star Wars film. Very classic character, so there's a lot of pressure to make this guy look just like he looks in all the movies we're so familiar with. Watch on to see my thoughts on this model, captured for you here, about new parts that come in this set, design, and more. 75530 has a bunch of new and interesting parts. All of them come in a shade of brown. Here we have a 3-length bar, which is in dark brown. We also get a couple of Technic connector parts here. This 3-length lift arm, this connector, and this guy right here. We get these all in dark brown. Then of course there's some brown CCBS parts. This here is the 5-long shell. Once it picks up there. Yep. And the 3-length shell as well in brown. You get this, I guess it was originally a Hero Factory monster foot in brown. The Star Wars torso part in just a plain brown here. But you also get a printed version of that, which is got this gray and sort of yellowy nougat color printing. You also get 2 of the long roundaway shells. Different printings. One of them has gray and the other one does not. But all told, that's a bunch of recolors and printed bits. Then of course there's Chewbacca's ammunition holster thing, which comes in dark brown, and Chewbacca's head itself. Now this is actually, it's a very, very large thing. I've got pretty big hands, and it's a huge part. Got some good detailing on the face, lovely printing, good sculpting all around. The inside's actually filled out like, with this white bit here. It's very detailed. Here, let's see if I can bring that. I guess it doesn't want to cooperate, but there's Chewbacca. So lots of new and interesting parts on this one. Let's take a look at the completed model. Now, the very first thing that'll strike you about this Chewbacca once you build him is that he's very, very tall. It's hard to get a good idea of the scale. I mean, even if you're looking at the bandolier and these, studs sizes, it's hard to get an idea of how just grand statured this action figure is, compared especially to some of the Bionicle sets, which might have been this tall in comparison. Chewbacca's a very, very large guy, so let's go in for a little bit of a closer look. We have that head mold up top here. The bandolier I mentioned before, it's really nice. Good use of the this flexible element. I really like as well how it actually comes around in back here and meets up, making a pouch. This figure, another remarkable thing about it, in my opinion, is just the complete sort of coverage that you get on pretty much all parts of the body. I mean, the back is fully armored up, and so are the shoulders are armored, and the arms and legs. The legs especially are really wonderful, in my opinion. I mean, this back armoring really gives a sort of a tree trunk-like, image to Chewbacca. Very good for the movies. I appreciate how these 2 different print you know, elements. They seem to make like a continuous fur pattern. You know, they both have the end, so to speak, on different sides of the element. The feet and hands, just considering how big this guy is, they feel a little bit small, but nothing that can't be, I don't know, ignored, I guess. I love how the hands are, you know, inside the arm in the same sort of way as in the movies. Here's the Bowcaster. It looks pretty good. It's got this chunky sort of stock up here. I love the detail of the balls at the end. Of course, we'll look at the firing of that later. All told, yeah, this is... and the head sits really nicely on top of everything. An only sort of issue that I have with the Chewbacca figure, given how, you know, well covered it is, this actually leads to some poseability issues. Like, the head can only really rotate. There's very little, you know, forward and back that you can get. The knees as well, there's very limited poseability. This is about as far back as they can go right there. It's unfortunate. And the shoulders are obstructed as well from really going too far in any direction. But as a display piece, of course, this Chewbacca is, I think, wonderful and really captures the look of the character quite well. I kept mentioning how big Chewbacca was, so I figured I had to do some comparison to give you an idea. Here's Chewbacca standing right next to the Scout Trooper from Scout Trooper Speeder Bike. As you can see, he's got about a good 2-3 inches maybe on top of the Scout Trooper, so that guy's not going to stand much of a chance. The only real plate feature on Chewbacca is this firing Bowcaster. Now, as usual for Star Wars construction sets, there's an extra shot stored here on the side, in this this bit here. To fire, you just press down on this little tab here. You know, works effectively. Pretty standard spring shooter function. I'm glad they were able to incorporate that without sacrificing any of the appearance of the Bowcaster. All in all, I found this Chewbacca construction figure to be quite satisfying. The size, the full coverage of the limbs, the accuracy of the character, the new parts, bunch of new brown parts, all these make this set a really good buy. There's some issues with the poseability, a little bit of scale issues on the feet and the hands like I mentioned before, but you know, these to me are minor concerns given that this is such a wonderful iconic character and a well done recreation of him. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for watching. If you want to find more information about this set, more in-depth thoughts, you can view a full text-image review on my, on BZPower.com. On BZPower, you can also find more discussion, news, reviews of LEGO products. I recommend you check it out. Yeah, and stay tuned till next time.